Hello and welcome everyone to What's the Tea? I am your host Kayla Owens, and for those of you who are new here, this is a safe space where I basically spill the tea on the social side of current events in sports. So, without further ado, how about we just start sipping, shall we? Alright, so unless you have lived underneath a rock, you have heard the name of Lia Thomas. So, Lia Thomas is the first openly transgender woman to win a NCAA Division I national championship when she won the women's 500 freestyle event in 2021. So she basically sparked this national transphobic movement that is using the bullshit title of Save Women's Sports. Now, the prominent individuals on the front line of this crap are, get this, women. That's what I said. Women. Okay? So, Save Women's Sports is actually an organization. And in addition to this organization, there's two other organizations that are pushing for this movement. And those are the Independent Women's Forum as well as the Independent Women's Law Center. Okay? And so they are basically pushing for, quote, to preserve biology-based eligibility standards for participation in women's sports. End quote. That's not what I said, but that's what they said. Anyway, these organizations are all led by women. So Save Women's Sports is actually founded and ran by Beth Stelzer. Sorry if I butcher the name. The IWF is led by Carrie Lucas, and the IWLC is led by Jennifer C. Braceras. And get this, Jen, the last one I mentioned, the leader of the IWLC, she is a former member of the United States Commission on Civil Rights with expertise on none other than sex equality and Title IX. Now, ain't that some shit? So, along with these organizations, lawmakers have found the time to organize and implement various Save Women's Sports laws. So, across the states of Arizona, Kentucky, and Oklahoma, they have enacted these laws that basically prohibit transgender girls from competing on women's sports teams starting in 6th grade all the way through college. Let's just call a spade a spade. All of these laws are what? Transphobic. And every single governor that has set up these laws have these little photo shoots with all of these girls around them that really sell this narrative that these laws are benefiting these girls.
I'm proud to sign the Save Women's Sports Act into law today. Let's do that.
Surrounded by biological.
Did you notice that there is not a lick of diversity in that room? Okay, now let's get real. We would not even be having this conversation if Lia Thomas was a terrible athlete. Like, nobody would care or even give her a second thought. But because she's good, now it's a problem. And so these lawmakers who have been very Johnny on the spot with these new bills, they have true issues that they could be focusing their time on. You know, like education, healthcare, things that actually affect people and have real consequences, you know what I mean? Because according to the U.S. News, Kentucky is currently ranked number 44 in healthcare and 36 in education. Oklahoma, currently ranked number 48 in healthcare and 42 in education. And Arizona is currently ranked 43 in healthcare and 47 in education. So, Yeah, but their priority is keeping kids from being comfortable with who they are. Because let's be real, they are basically just placing a target on the backs of these kids for being who they are. And kids are assholes. And we're basically just saying, like, it's okay for you to be an asshole because we don't like them either. Like, where does this end? At the end of the day, this whole situation just kind of like pisses me off. Like, if I'm just being honest, like, the simple fact is that all of these people screaming about the integrity of women's sports are the same people who don't attend women's sporting events. They don't buy the merchandise of women's sports teams. And they have, I bet you, been one of those people that use the phrase, well, women's sports just aren't as entertaining as men's sports. But now we're protecting the integrity of women's sport? Okay. And I think the fact that this whole situation is being driven by women really breaks my heart, because how can you say that you're an advocate for women and you support women, but like in the same breath, you are villainizing and discriminating against an entire group of women. Women. Like, you cannot make it make sense. You can't make it make sense. Anyway, you guys, so that is all the tea that I have for this week. You can check back next week for another episode of What's the Tea? And please, please, please make good choices. And honestly, just be good people. Just think about other people and like the effects that your actions have on them, you know? Just be a good person. That's it. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.